Episode 29. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I know I shouldn't cry. I'm so sorry. I will stop right now. The one who brought you to Eris's coming-of-age ceremony. The one who compelled you to wear that dress didn't even give a single apology to me. Sniffle, as you are the most powerless. Apologizing has become your second nature. I mistakenly thought you would be happy. The mere fact that there are no blemishes on your hands doesn't imply that there are no wounds in your heart. It's all right. Whoosh. Just cry. Helena Antebellum, I still hate you. However, don't worry about it. You can cry if you want to. You will be fine with this one phrase, right? Rustles. Anakin, bring me some wine. Understood. Step. As expected, he's here. Did you take the canapes because you want some? No, I brought them because it appears to me that you haven't eaten anything yet. Should I bring you some more? These are enough. Anyway, why didn't you bring another glass for yourself? I cannot drink while being on duty. Even if you have my permission, I will drink if it's an order. I think this much shouldn't be a problem. I'm the one who decides how much is adequate. I'll keep that in mind. He's so rigid that he took that joke seriously. I was just kidding. You don't have to force yourself if you dislike it. Thank you for being understanding. Tell me your stories, Anakin. Do you want to hear my stories? That's right, any story would do. I'm very curious about you. How you have been living until now. Why you became a knight. If you have any other dreams, then what they would be. I want to know since we are on the same boat anyway. I want to uncover the side stories of this world, those which were never written in the novel. I was an orphan. Whether my parent abandoned me out of their will or they had no other choice but to do that, it doesn't matter. I have no memories of them, nor do I miss them. You don't necessarily have to have parents to be happy. Some families are unhappy because of the parents. I grew up in an orphanage and left when I was old enough to earn more than being a beggar. After that, I encountered the kid you have met before. Now that you mention it, I don't know his name yet. What is it? He said he hates his name. I told him I will give him a new name. I'll ask him the next time we meet up. Hey, do you have any dreams other than being a knight? I'm uneducated, so I'm incapable of doing brain work. I barely learned how to write. Hence, I was thinking of becoming a mercenary, but I'm not sure about that since it's not something I'm particularly good at either. I can see where you are coming from. It's certainly difficult for someone like you to make friends with people from gangs. If not for you, I would probably have become a mercenary. If you ask me, you do give off the vibe of a mercenary. Do you think so? Yes. A lone vagabond. A knight who roams and helps people in need for a living. Sometimes the payment is food, other times is accommodation. On rare occasions, it's precious gold. People would pursue him after the work is done, but he never gets caught and would just disappear. He's a solitary knight who walks his own path. The night sky is stunning today. Do you know any constellations? Those are Draco and Ara. Oh, that's Ophilicus, my lady. Tell me more. Also, I wonder what punishment you would be sentenced to if I die and return to my original world. That's Ursa Major. Would you die? What about Helena? And my maids, too. How many innocents must I sacrifice to leave this place? This is bad. I no longer regard him merely as fictional character in a novel anymore. Master? Is there anything wrong? No. It's nothing. It would be better if all of those stars fall and destroy this world. You're going to Randall, right? That's right. I'll take the magic train and take my time to leisurely sightsee the lake before coming back. I used the incident at the coming-of-age ceremony as a pretext to issue this trip. I'm worried that you may find it inconvenient to stay at Randall since the marquee has no villa there. If you ask me, any place is more comfortable than the Imperial Palace. Taking a stroll along the lake should set your mind at ease. I agree. So this is how it feels like to be a so-called pitiful woman who was heartbroken by her fiancé's despicable deed. Randall, I can be free of Marquis Mizelian's supervision since there's no villa of the Marquis. My lady! Yes? Have a nice trip. Of course. I will be back, Emma. This girl. She's afraid I would just leave and never come back. You must come back, all right? You must. Don't misunderstand. She merely cares about Eris, not you. Please don't lean out of the train's windows and follow safety precautions. It's packed here since this is the first ride. Did you do as I said? Yes, I have bought tickets for every stop as you ordered. Nice work. With that, even if we are being stalked, they wouldn't be able to track us down easily. Passengers, please get aboard. The train will depart soon. It's here. Master, the train. Let's go. You can go ahead and put the luggage in the luggage compartment. Yes, Master? Lady Mizelian, it's an honor to have you on our train. Your room as prepared with special class seats, Lady Mizelian. This entire compartment is for you to freely use. Thank you for choosing the Magic Railway. They are grateful just because Marquis Mizelian's daughter has chosen to use their service. As long as you get me to my destination safely. Eventually, both you and I, as well as everyone else, will use the magic train instead of carriages. Although I would disappear in the middle of this route. I'm going to fool 3 subjects with this trip. The Imperial family, the Marquis, and Episode 30. Clank. What's wrong? Do you not like the food? You don't have to order my serving. What do you mean by that? Are you telling me to starve my night? No, what I mean is, I'm fine with eating your leftover. I'm used to going hungry for a couple of days anyway. Do I look like some who would feed my servants leftovers? Huh? Stop making a fuss. Just eat up. Yes. Thank you for the meal. He looks skinny and stale. All he has is hard muscles, hence his body feels so lifeless. To be honest, a slim and tall guy is my type. But he's my knight, not my lover, so it'd be better for him to gain some weight. Excuse me, I'd like to have 2 more vanilla ice creams. Your order will be right out. It has been 3 days since the train departed. In other words, now is the ideal time for me to disappear. It's time. Anakin. Yes, Master? I'm sure you have seen a lot of 5 prostitutes when you were living in the slum. What do you think about my disguise? Do I resemble them? Excuse my ignorance, but I don't understand the rationale behind this. Do you have to go this far? I have to do this in order to trick them. No one would have thought that Lady Mizelian would dress and act like a prostitute, wouldn't they? I can't dress up as a man since my body would be too obvious. I can't disguise myself as an old lady either, since I don't have the skill. Does the way I look or the way I speak matter? The fact that I'm your master, Eris Mizelian, hasn't changed. Let them be deceived, misled, and left behind. After all, people only believe what they want to believe, rather than what they see. Look closely. Who is the one standing in front of you? The one who bestowed me my name, the master of my sword and my life, Eris Mizelian. Well done. Now stand up. The praise are lying there waiting for me. I'm going to fool 3 subjects with this trip. The Marquis, the Imperial family, And finally, the High Priest Hybris. The spy sent out by the Marquee would already have latched onto me by the time we got to Randall. Thus, before the train arriving at Randall, I'm going to disguise myself as a prostitute who goes after Hybris to get off the train. Anakin is following along with me. Sucks, he is moving on the roofs of the train to avoid getting discovered. This man is an efficient henchman of Marquee Mizelian. Did he recognize me? No, he must just be suspecting. He is following me. I must stay calm. Anakin, get to the second-class compartment. Quickly. It's quite certain that Anakin can hear me. But I can't hear him, so there's no way for me to make sure that he understood the order. He's getting closer and closer. I can't get caught. I need to hide. Anakin? Is somebody following you? Let me handle them. No, that would only exacerbate the situation. Anakin, kiss me now. What? Whatever, be quick. Take it easy. We are just pretending. I can feel him panting for rushing to me. I must have mistaken. Is he gone yet? Yes, I heard him walking away. Phew, that was a close one. I apologize for making you kiss me out of nowhere. Did it bother you? Not at all. From now on, if you dislike any of my orders, make sure to refuse. If I ever do something unpleasant to you, don't forgive me. Needless to say, I'm sure Anakin would never turn down my requests. Nonetheless, at least I want him to know that he doesn't need to be understanding to me. I will be carrying out villainous deeds in the future. And eventually, he would have to dirty his hands for someone like me. Lady Mizelian. Surprise. Episode 31. You, why are you dressing like that? Are you genuinely more concerned about the way I dress than the reason I'm here? My feet are a little hurt, so please excuse me for sitting down, though I'm about to get off the train. Did you say you're going to get off the train? Are you going to see Priest Methius? Please bring me with you. Is that so? Looks like Anakin will have to run another errand for me. Tell the girl to convey a message to Hybris the High Priest. The content is: the former High Priest Methius is in critical condition. Please pay us a visit as soon as possible. I thought you were going to Randall, Lady Mizelian? It's just my pretext. That's why I'm asking you to help me get out of here by taking me with you. So the reason you dressing up like this is to cut off your trackers. This play could only end with your help, Your Reverence the High Priest. What do you mean by that? The train has arrived at Bonita Station. Passengers may disembark. In order to help me, you'll have to be a dishonorable and womanizer priest. Is that the High Priest? Why is he being with that kind of woman? Maybe because he thinks there are no eyes or ears here. Men are all alike. For a high priest to walk hand in hand with a prostitute, it must be extremely difficult for him. Because of his status, he must always have regard to other people's looks. What are you looking at so intently? No, I wasn't looking at anything. You can speak comfortably with him around. He's my person. Hey, as a foreign soul that has never been seen, you're more stable now. You can see that? It seems like you have finally accepted your life in this world. You're wrong. I'm preparing to completely disappear from here." "Lady Mezellion, what do you mean?" "What? I shouldn't say that because every life is given by God. You don't have the right to tell me what I can't say just because you're the high priest. The truth is, you don't even care whether their ale Lady Mezellion has died or not, do you?" Hybris, the high priest. In the original story, he was Eris's hidden half-brother. When she had discovered that she has a half-brother, Eris came to ask him for help. But when Eris needed him the most, he turned his back on her. To save his beloved Helena, Hybris took advantage of loneliness. It was an obvious betrayal. You don't have to worry, the day that I'll die is still a long way off. As the saying goes, everyone has their own destined end. Eris's death should be an epic highlight of the story. After all, what the readers of this novel have been waiting for is the tragic demise of the villainess. If this whole world is just a grand play, I wonder what song would be played just before the curtain rings down. Hybris, what is a man who's supposed to be at the capital like you doing here? I'm glad that you are doing well, Priest Methius. It's an honor to meet you, Priest Methius. My apologies for coming here without request an audience in advance. Oh, and you are? You can call me Lady Mezellion, or the Outsider. It's up to your discretion. I don't have to hide, since this man is capable to see my soul anyway. Please come in. It seems like we have a lot to talk about. His living is simple for someone who used to be the high priest. Was that messenger girl sent by you? You've realized that just now? I thought you should already be able to figure it out by the time we met on the train. How could you act so casually after deceiving someone else? How could you be so gullible? I'm worried that someone might set a trap to harm you. I have God protecting me. His eyes averted when he said Methius was like a father to him. Who could have imagined that this trustworthy man was actually the illegitimate son of Marquee Mezellion? No one could have known that a dancer has entrusted the child of the Marquis to the Grand Temple. Right, Miss Outsider? May I know what has brought an aristocrat like you to this shabby place? I'm afraid this useless man might disappoint you. I believe that couldn't be the case. I have a question that only Priest Methius can answer. The dragon said to me that it wasn't actually God who bestowed that oracle. It, end quote, manipulated the priest so that it, end quote, could die. In the end, it was basically an oracle the dragon had said itself, while using my life as a sacrificial lamb. What was scheme of it? End quote, who sacrificed Jason's life? What revelation did the dragon tell to Methius? I must find them out. Sir Kajar told me that the dragon said fate has changed when it went against the principle of causation by faking an oracle. Did you not notice any difference between that and God's oracles? I didn't. It was long after that time that I shockingly realized something was off. Do you remember the exact content of the oracle? Of course I do. I still remember it as if it was yesterday. The child who was born 9th when the moon set for the 3rd time must pierce the sword in the mad dragon. Only that child has the power to hurt the dragon of light. And the day the light dragon breathes its last, everything would return to how it was supposed to be. How it was supposed to be. I've yet to know what that supposed to be principle is. Technically, I'm just an ignorant and insignificant human. Is there any other oracle? Other oracles. I believe there's none. God doesn't give out any oracles to begin with. I became the high priest as I received. A divine oracle, that's how I had such a mighty status. When I realized what I had heard wasn't an oracle, but just some words said by a dragon. I couldn't tell the truth to anyone. I couldn't give up the status I was holding. I had destroyed a man's life, but in the end, I still couldn't bring myself to reveal the truth. I'm such a despicable coward. priest. He literally addressed him as priest in Korean. Let's see. Jason's destined fate was becoming the warrior, as the author, who is basically the god of this world, assigned him. If that's the how it was supposed to be principle the dragon talked about, then just what did the dragon change about the oracle that made it different from the original? Were there even any changes at all? Could it be that the dragon lied to Jason? No! That shouldn't be the case. Since Jason had actually killed the dragon, what if the original oracle wasn't about the light dragon, but another dragon quote? It's only written in the novel that warrior Jason killed the dragon, end quote. There was no specification of the light dragon, end quote. Then the only reason the dragon altered the oracle was to make Jason kill it. I wonder, are dragons not able to take their own lives? What a strange question you have there. Have you ever seen Mother Nature trying to suicide? Dragons are supreme beings chosen by God, their existence or nature itself. They would only thrive with time. Dragons do eventually die when their lifespan has run out. However, mere humans like us could never dare to guess their life expectancy. We are just mayflies who don't even know how long we could live. Just as I thought. Dragons can't die at their own will. Tremble. Just like me. Erg. My lady. Bam. Thump. Thump. Blah. Hand. Did you bring a mirror with you? Yes. Should I hand it to you? Yeah, I need to talk to the witch. Let's get in the forest. This is far enough. There shouldn't be anyone here. Media, I have something to ask you. Show up for me. I wonder what it is. You even prepared a mirror. Did the light dragon change the oracle to make Jason kill it? You sure have the talent to always surprise me. Jason's fate was to kill a dragon and quote anyway. Certain. That's right. Because that dragon was just like you. It's an outsider. An outsider who transmigrated in a dragon. At first, he was very content with his new life. He became the most powerful being that no one can defeat. Not only had he helped humans to build their kingdom, he had also enjoyed a meaningful life. That soul had fallen deeply in love with a dragon. They even tried to lay an egg and incubate it. But the happiness he thought was eternal had one day gone. He was tormented by agony for so long that he had gradually gone mad. After he became the light dragon, end quote, he found the witches. Do you want us to kill you? Of course, we have the ability to do that. It's just that the consequences would be very troublesome. Circe, the second oldest witch among us, had made a deal with the light dragon. I can't do it myself, however. I can tell you how you can achieve your death. What are you going to give me in exchange? The light dragon had accepted the price. A warrior who is destined to kill the dragon is going to be born. Light dragon, steal that fate. The day the warrior killed the light dragon, the predestination of this world had been disturbed. That day, a certain pitiful dragon had lost its only destined chance to die with its lover. The dragon who had its death stolen from it fell in despair. It struggled to find a way that can bring its fate back, and so it had decided to break the principle of causation and offered its heart as the sacrifice to reinstate its fate. If only I can fulfill your wish, my lady. It was at that moment it heard the wishes of two girls. In a sense, it was a miracle, but in another sense, it was a misfortune. Or perhaps it was both. Episode 33. That day, a certain pitiful dragon. had lost its only destined chance to die with its lover. The dragon who had its death stolen from it fell in despair. It struggled to find a way that can bring its fate back. The girl prayed for the wish of the other girl to come true. The other girl wished she could disappear from this world. And so the dragon made their wishes come true. The girl's soul had disappeared along with the dragon's heart. And at that instant, this world's principle of causation found a new soul. The new soul which was transmigrated into that girl's empty body was you. Why me? Answer me. Why did it have to be me? There have always been a lot of other people who wish to disappear from their world like her. Why me out of all people? Why? Just tell me why. Why? Tremble. Throw. Splash. My head hurts so bad. Rustle. This man had been eavesdropping on you. What should I do? Should I kill him? You have been in collusion with a witch. You've been aware that's treason, haven't you? Stand up. For people of your country, this indeed treason. But I was an outsider in the first place. Do you think this means anything to me? You're just a freak inside Lady Mizelian's body, a criminal. So what? What do you mean? Are you going to turn me into the Grand Temple? Fine by me. That's exactly what I want. This body can't die from stabbing, but who knows? It might be able to die from incineration. Hurry up and turn me in. Lady Mizelian. Anakin, release High Priest Hybris, so he can go and turn me into the Grand Temple. Drop. Shilling. On second thought, I don't think you'll have to waste your effort turning me in, because you have the authority to execute me right here and now. Kill me with that sword. I'm a witch's accomplice, which should make me also a witch. In the original story, he used this exact authority of his to threaten Eris, despite knowing for sure that Eris wasn't a witch. And even after he discovered that Eris was his sister, he still insulted her for having dirty blood. But it seems like you're feeling pity for me right now. Is it because I haven't turned into the malicious woman and quote, that hurt your Helena? You're so immature. Steps, High Priest. If you don't have the intention to take my life right now, then I hope you can continue to pretend you don't know anything about me. Both me being an outsider and me colluding with a witch. Lady Mizelian, I'm going to die anyway, but I promise I won't die before your eyes. Why are you talking to me like this? Listen, I'm not saying this out of fear. I truly grieve for your sorrow. What is the right thing for me to do? I know you're angry and I'm begging for your forgiveness. So please, tell this clown is.so inconsistent. He's giving me a headache translating his words. Please don't die. Reach. Don't pity me. It's annoying. Swing. Whack. Thump. Move this man to that shed and then we'll be leaving. We are going to visit Randall briefly before coming back to the capital. Did you finish all of your affairs here in Bonita? I heard what I needed. We must leave before raising bigger suspicion. Then I'll go prepare a carriage. Please wait here for me. Yes. I'll come back as fast as I can. Step. Ripple. I need to revise the novel's plot and development in order to deal with what is going to happen. I hate doing all of this. Well, everything would be in vain anyway. From now on, I'll replace Eris and quote and live as a puppet. Then die at the day the principle of causation has sealed for me. At least in my original life, there were things that I could change if I try hard enough. But in this situation, what's the point of trying? You sure are quick, because I was worried about you. You were worried about me? Why? I was afraid you might leave me and just disappear. You are afraid that I might die? I'm very curious about you, Master. What? What life had you lived, and what life do you want to live? I'm curious about that. Yes, I know I'm crossing the line, but I'm scared. I'm scared I won't have the chance to get to know you.